Title: The Light at the End of the Driveway. It started with the porch light. It clicked on by itself one night. Nothing unusual, I thought. Maybe a bug, maybe wind. I lived alone at the edge of a rural town in Michigan, surrounded by woods and silence. My nearest neighbor was nearly half a mile down the road, and even then, they were elderly and mostly stayed inside. The house had a long gravel driveway that curved just enough to hide the road from view. I liked the isolation. I liked the quiet. Until that light started coming on every night. Always at 3:12 a.m. The first night, I ignored it. The second night, I peeked out and saw nothing. Just a breeze nudging the bushes. But by the fourth night, I waited for it. I sat in the living room, lights off, watching the digital clock on the microwave slowly change. When 3:12 hit, the porch light flared. And this time, I saw it. Just barely visible at the end of the driveway, beyond the reach of the light, was a figure, standing still, facing the house. I couldn't see details, only the outline. I squinted, stepped closer to the window, and then the porch light clicked off. I didn't sleep. The next night, I left the porch light on before bed. But when I woke up at 3:15 in a panic, it was off, like someone had switched it. I scrambled out of bed and ran to the window. No one there, but a strange shape had appeared on the gravel. A footprint, just one, deep and perfect, like someone had stood there with all their weight on a single leg. The police came the next morning, took a look, said it could have been mine. It wasn't. I installed a camera above the door. Cheap thing I got off Amazon. I pointed it down the driveway. That night, I stayed up. The light clicked on at 3:12 a.m. I didn't go to the window this time. I just watched the camera feed on my phone. But the screen was black. The feed was working fine until 3:12, then it just cut to nothing. The next morning I checked the footage, from 3:11:59 to 3:13:10. Pure static. Everything before and after, clear as glass. I tried to act normal during the day, took long walks, called friends, told myself it was an electrical issue, maybe something wrong with the camera or motion sensors. But at night, I sat in the dark, wide-eyed, phone in hand, watching that damned feed. And one night, something changed. It wasn't the porch light, it was the doorbell. 3:12 a.m., ding-dong. I froze. My heart stopped. I hadn't heard it from inside before, only ever the light. I opened the camera feed. Again, black. Total void. But then the porch light clicked on, and this time, there were footsteps. Gravel crunching, slowly moving away. I ran to the window. Too late. Nothing. I had enough. I called in a favor from a friend, Jason, ex-Marine, night security guy, lived for weird crap like this. He came to stay the next night. We loaded up on energy drinks, set up his military-grade trail cams around the property, infrared and all. He even brought a motion-activated floodlight and a drone. At 3:12 a.m., the porch light turned on, and the floodlight didn't. None of the motion sensors triggered. Jason was already out the door with his flashlight and a pistol. I stayed inside, heart hammering. When he came back, his face was pale. "I didn't see anything," he said, "but I heard something." "What?" I asked. He hesitated. It was whispering. Just whispering all around me, like it was inside my ears. We checked the cameras. One of them, the one facing the porch, had a single frame at 3:12:1. It showed the porch, and a figure, tall, thin, with something like antlers or branches growing from its head. Its body looked wrong, like it was bent in too many places. Jason didn't come back the next night. I started sleeping with a knife under my pillow. The porch light never failed to turn on. I stopped checking the cameras. I stopped looking out the window, but then I got a letter. No stamp, just tucked between the screen door and the main door. It was a single piece of paper. No handwriting, just printed block letters. Stop looking. You were not supposed to see us. I moved in with my sister the next day, 3 towns over. I left everything behind. Furniture, clothes, even the camera system. I just packed my laptop, my toothbrush, and drove. For a few weeks, I slept through the night. I laughed. I started forgetting the shape at the end of the driveway, until one night, my sister shook me awake. "Hey," she whispered. "Did you leave the porch light on?" I blinked, still half asleep. "What?" She pointed toward the front of the house. "It just turned on. At 3:12 exactly." My blood went cold. I followed her into the living room and looked out the window. At the end of the walkway, past the hedges, just beyond the light, a shadow, same shape, tall, twisted, motionless. I closed the curtains. We called the police again. Same routine. They found nothing. Except this time there were 3 footprints, all perfectly pressed into the grass. I don't sleep much anymore.